When a quadratic is written like this, y equals a x squared plus bx plus c, it's said to be in standard form. So here we're going to identify the key features of a quadratic equation written in standard form, and then use those to sketch the graph. So our first step is to identify what the a is, the b, and the c. The a is the number in front of the x squared. If there isn't a number, we assume that it's 1, that there's 1x squared. The b is what is in front of the x. Notice it says plus b. In this case, we are subtracting 2x. Subtracting 2x is the same as adding negative 2x. So b, in this case, is negative 2. And then c is just the number that's added at the end. And in this case, c is 3. Once we've identified the a, b, and c, we're going to use this formula here to identify the x-coordinate of the vertex. And so notice we just need to know what a and b are. So it's negative fraction. What goes in the top of our fraction is b, and that's negative 2. The bottom of our fraction is 2 times a, so 2 times 1. And then we simplify. Negative 2 is just 2, and 2 times 1 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So we know that the x-coordinate of our vertex is 1. Now we use that to identify the y-coordinate of our vertex. And you do that by substituting x equals 1 into our original equation. So everywhere there's an x, we're going to put 1. Once you substitute 1 into that equation for x, you just simplify and see what that equals. You can actually put this whole thing into your calculator and see what that equals, or you can simplify using order of operations, like 1 squared is the same as 1 minus 2 times 1 plus 3. And 1 minus 2 plus 3 is 2. So what we found out now is our vertex has an x-coordinate of 1 and a y-coordinate of 2. So from the origin, I'm going to go over 1 up 2. This is where the vertex is. The vertex is that point where it curves and starts going the other direction. Now the axis of symmetry is this invisible line, that kind of imaginary line that kind of cuts through our parabola down the middle. It goes through the vertex and continues going. Both sides of the parabola are symmetric along this axis of symmetry. It's like a line that you can fold your parabola onto itself. So the axis of symmetry, that blue line, always has the same x-coordinate as the vertex. The equation of that blue line is x equals 1. And the last step is to find the y-intercept. The y-intercept is the point on the y-axis, and it's always when x equals 0. So we take that original equation, but wherever there's an x, we're going to substitute in 0. And we want to see what that equals. Again, you could put this whole thing into a calculator and see what it equals, or order of operations, 0 squared is 0, minus 2 times 0 is 0, plus 3. So the y-intercept is 3, meaning that when x is 0, y is 3. There's a point on our y-axis at 3. Now that we have this point, we can make our parabola follows this line, and then it's symmetrical on the other side.